Hey guys, Kurt Siebold from Parade the Gospel. Now, for a little while, I had this idea that, oh, maybe I should just go back and talk about some of my older videos. I mean, I've been kind of talking about that for a while now. Like, oh, I wish people can go back and see some of my older content. I mean, I don't post that much in the last couple of years, just busy life stuff. I keep talking about that, but there's a lot of stuff I posted in the past that, I can remake those videos, and a lot of them are parade videos as well, but haven't been able to do that many more parades recently. But yeah, let's just go through some of my older videos, and if you guys want to check those out, well, I do have playlists. You can check those out as well. A bunch of different stuff on there. Not all my videos, some other stuff as well too, like foundational for preaching videos and some other stuff. But yeah. So yeah, let's just go through this. I don't know how this is going to work. It's a walk down memory lane for me. I haven't done this prior to hitting record. So let's just do it. Let's just jump in. So my first video, actually, no, let's back up for a second. Yeah, did I mention I made this channel back in 2017? I think it says down here. I got to update my description. I don't think I ever updated that since I made the channel. Yeah, July 12th, 2017. So, oh, I gotta go back to oldest. All right. So I originally created this channel because I just, I fell in love with the idea of doing parades. And I've been doing that since 2013. Probably, between the time of 2013 and when I created this channel, I've already done like, I don't know, 25, 30, maybe more parades at that point. So it's an idea I was really passionate about. I wanted to share with just as many people as I can, hopefully to inspire others to just saturate entire communities with the gospel. You hear me say that a lot. The first video I did here was just, I was organizing my gospel tracks. I remember this day actually, organizing my gospel tracks, and I just want to make a video just talking about some of them and, yeah, what you can use at parade events. So, yeah, it's my first official video right there. My second video, this is cute. My daughter, Chloe. Now, if you look on the top of the screen, that's me and Chloe. There's a story behind that. It goes, I'll just tell it real shortly. It goes back to 2013 when I first started doing any events really. I mean, I've always been interested in getting the gospel even before that, since 2005, but it wasn't until 2013 when things really took off. But yeah, I did my first gospel handing out tracts event at this exact location. So every 3 years, me and my daughter, we take a picture of us in that same area, because when she was 3 years old, she was just about to turn 4, but when she was 3 years old, she wanted to jump in with me. She's like, oh, I want to do it too, handle gospel tracks before a fireworks event on the 4th of July. And yeah, she's been with me ever since. So yeah, we just tend to retake that picture every 3 years or so. So it's kind of a cute thing. So anyways, yeah, so this second video I have here, Jesus is our ticket to heaven. It's really cute. Yeah, then I get into some parade videos right away. July 4th, 2017. Another one here, July 23rd. Just giving some tips on like leaving your contact information on gospel tracks. And I made this kind of a basic training video, 60 minutes here, right in the middle of the screen. I'm not going to talk through every single one of them, but you can just kind of read the description. I'll just maybe like scroll through, and if I see something that maybe sparks a memory or an interesting story or whatever. I have about an hour before I have to go pick up my kids from youth group. I'm hanging out at my mom's house right now. And yeah, let's go through some of these. Oh, this Ray Comfort exit movie that just came out around that time, and I actually made a flyer for it, and I did a lot of door-to-door evangelism, hanging these up and just talking about the film. I know that they had a race for suicide and depression, like a 5K race, raise awareness and stuff like that. They had a table set out with a bunch of stuff, and I think I asked if I can leave a pile of these on that table, and they said, yeah, it's fine. So that was pretty cool. And I used to hang those up at like bulletin boards at different stores and Quick Trips. Quick Trip is like the gas station of the Midwest, if you're not familiar with it. So I did a lot of that. Yeah, and just showing some more evangelism clips of various sorts. I wonder if I should click on some of these and play them. Different gospel tracts. I love the Post-it note gospel tract from Not Living Waters, Track Planet. That was a pretty good one. Leave them in bathrooms and stuff. More parade videos, and I finally get into like the main reason why I created this channel. I wanted to have video evidence of how ridiculously easy it is to spread the gospel at parade events, and especially someone like me who's like incredibly shy. Like if you guys know my story, oh man, like I grew up, I'll have to make a long form video of this sometime, but I grew up not having any friends, super shy. I wouldn't talk to anybody. In like in elementary school in particular, I wouldn't talk to any teachers, save for my speech. I don't know what you call him, speech teacher or whatever. I used to be taking all the class and help me work on my speech. You can probably tell like some of my L's and whatever other words are kind of weird, other letters and how I pronounce things, but whatever, I don't care anymore. But that, and I also didn't talk to anybody, like anybody. I'm serious, like I didn't open up to anybody for a long time, and every single recess I would sit out there outside by myself, no friends. At home it was a little bit different. I was kind of more normal, I guess you could say, for the most part, but I had lots of anxiety throughout my life, and that's a whole story in and of itself. But I adult myself, like even before hitting record, I had a lot of nervousness just now, and I had to restart the video like 5 different times. So I'm gonna just roll with it now. I'm not gonna go back on it. I just did a live stream video, my first one on this channel, just to kind of test it out, but that was super awkward. I didn't have anything to say, but yeah, it's just how awkward and shy and stuff I am. It affected me in a lot of ways throughout my life, but even someone like me with all the social anxiety, all the baggage, all the upbringing, I'm still able to get the gospel out. You put your mind to it, you can accomplish so much, and you can find so many different ways to share the gospel, and share a lot of them on this channel. There's a Green Bay Packers outreach. The folks at Sports Fan Outreach International, they go out to all the sporting events, Packer games in particular, and other football games. The Super Bowl is coming up, so they will be there. I was at the Minneapolis Super Bowl back in 2017 with those guys. It was really awesome. I do talk about it on this channel here. Not 2017, it's 2018, I think, right? Anyway, asking for some prayer for something. Leaning Tower of Gospel Tracks, 5,000. Here, let's play this video.
However you book your flight, first check Kayak to compare.
Oh, for those who are guilty. You might think... I'll try to pause the video for commercials and stuff, but yeah, I just thought I'd have some fun and try to stack 5,000 gospel tracks. And there's 50 packs.
Not 100, Dad.
Can I have that back? And that's my daughter Chloe. That must be Caleb right there.
1,000.
Oh no, that wouldn't be Caleb.
5,000 gospel tracks. Here, grab those two.
Yeah, there you have it.
Or Camden.
5,002 gospel tracks. But
Okay.
wait, there's more. Hold on.
Yeah, you gotta have fun.
I
I just want to watch these now, but we'll do that another time. Yeah, this organizing tracks, hand stamp, cool shirts. Yeah, that they don't make those shirts anymore. It's actually related to my wife's family. They made these shirts. I used to wear them around town, and whenever I go out, and people would comment on them, and it was pretty awesome. Late night bar outreach, that's something that we used to do. I miss doing that. It's been a while, but we used to go out to the Appleton bar outreach, or College Avenue in Appleton. It's just flooded with people. Saturday night, lots of opportunity to talk and open air preach and stuff like that. Yeah, I miss doing that. Now, if you go on Google and you type in like, the 10 top drunkest cities of America or something like that, Appleton, Wisconsin sometimes will come up number 1, 2, or 3. It depends on what year it is. But like 7 out of 10 cities are the drunkest in America, in Wisconsin. So pretty interesting. It's like Green Bay or Appleton compete for the top slot there, which, it's not something you get excited about. And then I started, if you look at the top of the screen, Places to Leave Gospel Tracks, number 1. That's when I went to Door County with the family. And yeah, I just had this idea, hey, let's make a bunch of videos of just random places we can leave gospel tracks. I'm trying to ease people in who are super shy, maybe, hesitant to share the gospel in person, one-to-one or whatever, like I had been. So let's just start out by doing simple things. Maybe not even the parade, just leaving gospel tracks as you're out and about. So yeah, I started doing videos like that. Whisper app evangelism, that's not a thing anymore, but lots and lots of memories, lots of discussions with that, with different people on that app. That was pretty awesome. That was pretty useful back then. I have several Whisper app evangelism videos, so I can't really talk about too much anymore, unfortunately, because it's a defunct app now. And even like before they took it offline, it was starting to get kind of junky. Yeah, let's see. Exit movie flyer distribution. 3 at night right now. And I'm also trying. Yeah, so just having video evidence of how easy it is to do something like that. Yep. Got a lot of videos like that.
Off a map.
Especially in the earlier days. Something I like to do. Well, okay, let me go to this life book thing. We had like this. Well, the church I was going to at the time, Calvary Chapel, Manitowoc, we would actually
Get it from Pray the Gospel with another idea.
These Gospel of John books, more geared to teenagers, but we found these bags you can buy at the dollar store, and we just put them in there in like kind of gift wrapped fashion, and we gave them out at a parade. There's like 8 of us. I think that's like the most people we ever had at the parade. I think there's like 8 of us at that time, which is like really hard to get people to participate with you, at least in my area, unfortunately. I used to love to just add Bible verses on the backs of gospel tracks. I spent a lot of time doing that, actually. Either that or contact information before I started using address labels. Or sometimes even like personalized messages on the back of gospel tracks. That was pretty cool. So it's something else we did there. Let's see, more parade videos. Let's just click on one of these. You gotta do one of them. Yeah, so just select the music.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, so just look how easy it is. It's just bam, 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 just firing out gospel tracks. You can get hundreds, even thousands of gospel tracks out in a single parade. And even if you just go by yourself, you can still easily get hundreds or even 1,000 gospel tracks out by yourself. Yeah, so there was a local tragedy. A famous pastor in our area. What was his name? Bill Lenz, I think. Bob Lenz. Some people might know him for Life Fest in Oshkosh. It's a big music festival, but his brother Bill Lenz was a pastor, and he unfortunately committed suicide somehow. And that was the same time I was doing the exit movie flyers, so I wanted to do an outreach in that area and deliver a bunch of those exit movie flyers. So there's 2. I think this is like the very next day, the second video right here. Let's just go to that.
Not sure why it ended up being like.
I think back then I had a GoPro camera.
So as I'm going out, usually under my breath, I'm just praising God, thanking God, and praying. I hope to come.
I think this.
Just want to wish you a very Merry Christmas.
So sometimes people have like a light show outside during Christmas, and this particular address, they do it every year, even still today.
Camera is not working for some reason.
So you can like make that into a gospel presentation, something like that. So you can drive somewhere, watch a light show, and you tune into a radio station, and you can listen to the music that is in sync with the light show that's going on. So we're talking about Super Bowl outreach, Whisper app evangelism. Oh man, it's still fun even just to go back to these videos and just look at what's possible. I know that like you can make a simple post on the Whisper app, share a Bible verse or share a super short gospel presentation, and at one point during the life of that app, it will tell you like how many views that thing that you posted, how many people have seen it. And you can get like hundreds or even like 1,000 or even more views like fairly fast. I mean, if it's to be believed anyway, but you know, I made that point where it's like, man, so many people bring the phones. I was kind of joking around about it, but so many people bring their phone in the bathroom with them. Make a quick post on the Whisper app and just set it down. 30 seconds, not even. You know, have a section on your phone like a notepad, and you can just save a quick message, and all you gotta do is copy paste. Boom, 500,000 people will see that. And all you know, during the course of you using the bathroom, not that they see it that fast. My point is though that you can share the gospel, you know, in such a small way. Just, you know, put that message out there within the 30, you know, seconds of the time you're using the bathroom or whatever. You know, I'm just trying to encourage people to get the gospel out, because it's been really hard. It's been always a struggle to get people passionate about that. Super Bowl outreach, yeah, 2018. I just want to talk about it real quick now. I didn't take a whole lot of video. I know I should have taken a lot more. But handled a lot of gospel tracks. I did some open ear for the first time back then. Talk about my waterproof Bible. I talk about that a few times on my YouTube channel here. We had a evangelism question board that we would bring out to different events. Oh, this is my thing I would use for amplifying my voice. But this thing right here, we had 2 of them made up, and there's some spelling errors in a couple of them. We added a 6th question: are you a good person? And this is just a fun way. I mean, it's super effective, especially at the Appleton Bar Outreach, and well, any event really. But it gets people to stop by, talk to you. Man, we've had so many good conversations by utilizing this board. And the way my friend made it, it opens up. You can't see it right here. Maybe, excuse me. Right here. Or whatever in there, your water. Yeah, you could put gospel tracks in there, your water bottle, Bible. It was so cool. And we used to have, and he used like a telescope stand to prop it up. But one of them, I mean, it's been through a lot, both of them. I think we still have one of them that's kind of not with the stand, but the other one broke officially from a drunk person who kicked it down. Yeah, fun times. Yeah, the waterproof Bible thing. This is pretty cool. Or not. In one way. Yeah, I had this idea that I thought maybe somebody could run with. I shared that in that video. Vehicle theft evangelism, telling the story of how my vehicle got stolen. Yeah, it's interesting. They may have seen the gospel tract, door-to-door evangelism. I think this might be my #1 video, my #1 viewed video right here. So if you go to like my popular videos or whatever, it'll have this one pop up. So just some ideas to get the gospel out door to door. Yeah, every Christian should walk through a graveyard. And I explain why in that video. So I sent out ultimately 70-ish letters to churches around the country, just talking about my YouTube channel. I mean, that's why mainly I created the YouTube channel to begin with, is video evidence to show you guys how easy it is to spread the gospel using parades. And eventually, obviously, I started talking about other ways to get the gospel out. But yeah, 70 letters. And unfortunately, nobody ever contacted me back. No emails or nothing. But I talk about that stuff there. I mean, it's a pretty cool video. You know, hopefully I was inspired, like super inspired at that time when I sent these letters out. I think this is like as I was sending them out. Here, let me go to it. Guys, it's Kurt here. I'm going to try to make... Yeah, so I talk about it. And then I'm out there, the post office. I think did I bike out there? No, I must have letters. I actually made all these out back in November, or late October, early November of last year. Let's do this. And there they go. Oops, I actually paused that. The guy left a gospel tract in there as an example, and then just an explanation, and then how to get to my YouTube channel to help hopefully inspire a bunch of people. And then I started No Gospel Tracks, No Problem videos. I just did another one recently, like a couple days ago. So yeah, bathroom wall. Yeah, just check those videos out. There's a playlist for that. I gotta start going through these a little bit faster. A lot more parades. This one parade here, I say that we've given out 3,000 gospel tracks, which is, you know, pretty common, really easy to do. This idea right here, no gospel tracks, no problem. number 4, Real Money. Check that out. Still something to do once in a while. I remember making that video up there. Whatever it takes, eternity is on the line. That was about this parade right here. I was going to bike to it, actually, like, I don't know, 40 miles away or something like that. We were having some vehicle problems. I think we were down to like one vehicle, and I was considering biking out there, even during a thunderstorm, just so I can do this parade. But we eventually made it work, it looks like, because I had Chloe with me, as I can see in the thumbnail right there. Other outreaches, yeah, there's no gospel track videos. You got to check those out. Use your hobbies to talk about Jesus. Eternal Truth, my original YouTube channel, Pursuing 222. I had a show on there called Eternal Truth. I missed that. I really miss recording those. That was so much fun. 3-year-old sharing the gospel and having a blast. That's my son, Conrad, my middle child. And this rock painting, I actually created an entirely different YouTube channel all about rock painting and sharing the gospel. Jail ministry, if you know my story, I actually got saved in jail in juvenile detention back in about November 2000. So I talk about a jail ministry. I was actually part of a jail ministry team for just a short little bit. Our new evangelism board. Drive-through evangelism. So when you go out to eat, just basically hand them the gospel tract. I think this might be my second most popular video, the Redbox DVD rental. I don't know if they even had Redboxes anymore, but yeah, that was the thing you could do. Leave the gospel tract in there, some money, and a note saying like, oh, go buy yourself a snack or something like that. Or you can like just write on that note too, like, enjoy a free movie at fullyfreefilms.com or something. I do a lot of door-to-door evangelism stuff. Video gaming, I was going to talk about that again at some point. How you can indirectly share the gospel on the Nintendo Switch. In fact, speaking of the Switch, I have the Switch 2 right by me right now. I was going to consider maybe playing that to pass the time, but I decided to make this video instead. Where it all started. Yeah, it's a video detailing how evangelism started in my life, like how I got into that. More parade stuff, CB, radio evangelism idea. We have a gospel tract with the lottery tickets where you can fill out your own numbers. Ideas for Halloween. This one right here, talking about my ghost experience in 2008. Yeah, interesting, very interesting story there. And sometimes I'll have these videos where I just kind of, I guess you can call them rants. Sometimes I kind of have a little, I don't know, tangents about different things, my frustrations. It's not all frustrations, but some within this video or videos like it, I'll just kind of talk about and share my experiences, trying to get the church interested in evangelism and, yeah, related thoughts. And this was when my last child was born, our 5th one. That's Clara. Little Clara, so I just had to give an update on that. Yeah, I made a lot of my own gospel tracts and flyers. I was going to do a no gospel tracts, no problem video, just saying make your own gospel tract. It's not just that, you don't have a gospel tract to use. I mean, that would technically fall underneath the umbrella of no gospel tracts, is just make your own. I made plenty of my own before. It's a lot of fun, actually. Yeah, this video up here, I think, was one of the last videos I made before we moved out of our rental and bought our own house for the first time ever. It's funny because I'm just showing off on my gospel tracts, and there's some fishing stuff off to the side, and what Jesus says, that he will make us fishers of men. I don't know if I said that in that video or not, but it's just coincidence I had the fishing stuff there. In the top video, interesting story there, how I was able, by the grace of God, being able to pray for basically the entire city of Manitowoc and most of TR. When I made this video, you know, I didn't get everybody, but since then I did. Not necessarily everybody in Two Rivers, but everybody in Manitowoc. So interesting story there. And actually a very interesting, I don't know if I shared it on my YouTube channel, how that became fulfilled. I'm pretty sure I didn't share that. But yeah, it's super interesting. And God's hand was definitely in that. Some more door-to-door stuff. I think this is like when we first started moving in. Me and my daughter Chloe went around and left some tracks on some doorknobs. We went to Tucson, Arizona, me and Chloe, for her Bible quizzing. She was at Nationals for that. That was pretty cool. Lots of delivery stuff. I love biking and delivering gospel tracts.
Bike is pretty souped up. I'll talk about that in just a moment.
Or DVDs. Yeah, they had like either a bike pouch that I attached to my bike, which I have a video on that after this one sometime in the future, or I had a disc golf bag where I had a bunch of my gospel tracts and stuff in. So I'm just talking about it here.
So check it out. Gospel of John's.
More movie flyers. This will blow your mind, evangelism potential. Yeah, I remember making that video. It's actually from a sermon that I was listening to that kind of gave me the idea. A defense to the charge that open air or street preaching is ineffective. Yeah, if you think that, you know, I mean, we mostly base our opinion off of like how somebody does something bad. So we see like a street preacher out there and maybe we have an ill-informed opinion of their message, or maybe they're just doing a really bad job and we think that, oh, the whole thing is ineffective. Yeah, lots of comeback lines you can say to that, but I do give a defense in there of why it, you know, it matters, and it's, you know, important that we have that open air preaching. It's not a bad thing. And everybody has their own style, their own way of doing things. 55-mile bike ride, delivering nuggets of truth, as I call them. Again, that's rock evangelism. We got a bunch of Gospel of John's, and I would highlight different things and write messages in the pages, and just, you know, a lot of cool things. Spent a lot of time with that, but it's really rewarding to deliver those. How to share the gospel in the parade. I'm just being silly in this video.
If you've never done something like this before,
I think I originally posted this on Facebook, like maybe a couple years before I uploaded this video and then posted it on my YouTube channel.
once again, if you can say Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, if you want to swing that way, is that you want to multitask a little bit. You want to do this motion, and you also want to do this. Put one foot in front of the other, called walking, at the same time, right?
Yeah, I was just being silly, a little bit sarcastic. This No Gospel Tracts, No Problem number 13, I actually wrote out an entire gospel presentation on the back of a piece of siding when we were redoing our garage. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So someday in the future, someone's going to see that, potentially. Lots of door-to-door stuff. I was always thinking of doing another Where to Leave Gospel Tracts video. I mean, those tend to get a lot of views. Even if I'm like repeating a bunch of ways. I mean, at this point, I kind of have to. App to track door-to-door evangelism progress. Yeah, sometimes I'll go back to that. Like I just did recently, and I'll add some notes to it.
Now, so what we're going to do is this.
But I still think about it sometimes. Oh wait, this isn't the one. There's another one that I did. I'll talk about it when I get to it. Gospel tract evangelism, do's and don'ts. We gave out a lot of DVDs. Actually, I think I have a video on it too. But I was delivering the Exit movie DVD, and this one house in Appleton, I think it was when I was sharing my ghost story. or at least maybe the second time, 'cause I think I shared that story twice. But this one guy answers, this like younger, maybe older teenager maybe, and he's like super thankful that I gave him that after I told him what it was about. This one right here, shareneedgod.com with 2,400 plus people while I sleep. A whole bunch of people at random. So I think I just talked about this actually on another video where I invented a button pusher for my Nintendo Switch controller. So I'm going to have to pause it while I get it hooked up. Well, maybe I'll try to do it with one hand. So basically, I need... So you can share, basically I was sharing needgod.com or 180movie.com or whatever on Tetris 99 on the Nintendo Switch and on autopilot. So my name is always up on the leaderboard. Maybe I can get an example. Or you can just check that video out. I always make it a thing that every time there's a major election, I always go out and do evangelism instead of being glued to my TV screen. And then I always kind of make a message to the church at the same time. Like, guys, there's more important things. I mean, because Christians are known for being like super and overly politically involved at the expense of getting the gospel out. So one video I had 50 different tracks from Living Waters and just talking about them. I think Ray Comfort commented on this. Hold on.
This is Kurt from Parade the Gospel.
Yeah, right here. Ray Comfort here. This is great. Thank you so much for promoting Living Waters and your concern for the lost. God bless you. So that's pretty cool. Gospel tract highlight. Another Ray Comfort gospel tract. I love that one. This one right here. So I made another YouTube channel. I think it was called Unique Easy Ways to Share the Gospel. And I thought by having that name would inspire, or like, you know, people would see that and then they would just click on it right away and subscribe to it right away. You know, I just thought by having that name, people who are interested in the gospel, especially if I comment underneath Living Waters videos, would like instantly be drawn to that channel. It's just kind of an experiment too. But I never really got the traction that I thought it would. I had fun making this video, but again, I'm just trying to do what I can to inspire as many Christians as possible to get the gospel out. And Nuggets of Truth Rock Ministry. There's a reason why that we did rocks that way. So if we're leaving gospel tracts as we're doing evangelism out in the country and they did not have a newspaper box, then I would leave a nugget of truth. Or we can just leave them in other places as well. But that was like one of the main reasons why we made a bunch of those up. So we'd leave it by their mailbox and then obviously they'd see it because it's bright yellow. And that's how you reach people out in the sticks, out in the country. Yeah, this right here. I made the world record on behalf of 180movie.com. It's pretty obvious it's .com. You only have 10 characters. I eventually did a bunch of like needgod.com. You can kind of see it on the bottom, WTSWLP.org. That was my former church's radio website, radio ministry. They still have it active. Yeah, so I made the leaderboard and number 1 on this one challenge on Mega Man. And I spent a lot of time doing that. My daughter Chloe was by me. I made a video about it, I think on my Mega Christian X YouTube channel, which is about video gaming and the gospel. I haven't really done much with that channel, but yeah, I think I left a video on there. By the way, that it didn't stay number 1 forever. If you go there now, it's like number 3 or 4 or something like that. But it's still there. Like, you can still see it. That's that leaderboard thing I was talking about. I made a Mario Maker level, fullyfreefilms.com in there. A lot of people saw that. Also, the level design, I was trying to be like super creative about it and kind of presenting the gospel in like a stylistic fashion in there is pretty cool. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of symbolism. And of course, I gotta talk about parades. So yes, that is that video. Talking about some health stuff. Awesome way to saturate the nation with the gospel. Is that the delivery thing? Like you can deliver or send out through the mail gospel tracts? That might be that. Google Maps. Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff we're able to do with that on Google Maps. They still exist. We actually left a number of photospheres on Google Maps with needgod.com on it or similar websites. That was really awesome. I've always wanted to get back into that. It's a little bit different how you upload photospheres now. I have to just kind of figure out how to do that for sure. But yeah, if you go online and go to Google Maps, there's a number of locations where you can still see our handiwork. Talk about Bike Big for gospel tracts. If you have a little library, make sure you utilize them and leave some gospel tracts in there. Is this the video? Yes, I worked hard on this video and not many people have seen it. And probably not even to the point where I go into the music. So I always wanted to do like a fast-paced video with this particular music. And if you know where it is, let me know down below. Fast forward. Hold on. Yeah, so I actually hit up a lot of little libraries that day. I think I even like show how many miles it wasn't 40 miles, was it? I guess maybe it was.
A lot
Anyway, I hit up a lot that day. Made a video about it. I wish Christians would make better Christian films. Man, I have so many ideas. I think I talk about some of those in this video, but I think there's even more than that. Look at that at the time. It's 16:15 for that video. Like Mark 16:15. Yes, I remember this video asking for advice, and I still think about that a lot. Toilet paper evangelism. You can share the gospel at the public bathroom easily, or leave a gospel sharing website every time you do that. Talk about my testimony. More parades. Encouragement and frustrations in evangelism. I have a lot to share in that one. 100 gospel tracts in 5 minutes. I was going to play that video, but maybe not. You can check that out if you want, but I remember that. I just wanted to make a point that you can get all that many gospel tracts in 5 minutes. And then remember, for that particular video, people were spread out. That was a smaller parade, and I was still able to do it the last second, get 100 gospel tracts. So I think I did another one where I did like 200 gospel tracts in 5 minutes, I believe. We'll see if I can find it. I got to get going in like 15 minutes. Hopefully I won't record that much more. I didn't think that the video was going to be this long already. Some more verses to highlight in the Gospel of John. So we get with rubber band evangelism. I had a lot of fun making this video. Actually, is this what I'm thinking?
All right.
Yes, this is.
How about something a little...
I had a lot of fun with this beginning part. There's a reference to the movie Fireproof. I'm not sure people would understand it, but
Identify your target before you shoot. And once you identify your target,
I have a target like hanging on the tree off screen, and like I shot it, and like the arrow literally splintered and kind of broke off. That wasn't supposed to happen. There's a little bit of a reference to the movie Fireproof, just a little bit, and it's funny because I named my son there, who's got the arrow inside his chest. It's supposed to be inside his chest in this little skit. His name is Kill, based on the movie Fireproof. And my daughter, Chloe, kind of got that from the movie Left Behind, who Kirk Cameron is also in.
sorry, Mr. Rudolph.
Yeah, that's a reference to Fireproof.
Curtis?
You doing okay today?
No, not really. Yay, life insurance.
Yay, life insurance.
All right.
Anyway, rubber band evangelism, yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. And they also teach you how to shoot a rubber band.
My favorite.
My daughter, she is super creative. Oh my
It is
gosh,
the
I
one.
love her. You can see in the thumbnail some of the stuff that she did.
More wide.
Yeah, a lot of those are her design. Yeah, I really hope that I wish more people would check out a lot of these older videos. Are gospel tracks ineffective? No, they're not. I have, lots of rebuking in that video, and I think I intended to do another one of those. Had a bunch more to say about that. Leaning Tower of 200 Gospel of Johns from Living Waters, Ray Comfort.
How many we have left to go? Is he gonna do it?
Again, just having more fun.
Want me to help you?
In the back here. I need a chair.
I was able to do it, right?
Uh-oh. Oh, can you hold it? Can you hold it in the middle?
And we did give them all away. Wait, I must
Yeah.
have already done it.
Uh-oh.
Well, I did. I was just dismantling it. And my wife is deaf. I was thinking, like, once we go back out and do more evangelism out in the bar area, that she can join me, and I have a way of how I can do some open air while she does signing, and that just might attract some people. This one right here.
I wish there was a way I can open up the app and start so the previous places
This
I
is the one I
have
was
been
talking about
still
earlier, that I keep adding notes to it because I keep having more ideas. If anyone knows anything about creating apps, yeah, please check out this video. I think I just added a comment to it 3 months ago right there. I think there was something more recent, I thought. But yeah, I still want to make an app, and I had a lot of ideas for that. Still in my mind. Bad argument. People are just going to throw away gospel tracks. Man, I've heard that a lot over the years, and I have a rebuttal. My first in-person witnessing experience was a disaster. Yeah, I talk about how I'm super shy and awkward and stuff, and it didn't help that my first official one-to-one attempt at sharing the gospel ended up in a disaster and losing a super, very close friendship. Actually, 3 friendships. It was, I told you guys how I had no friends growing up, except my friend Brad Dassey. I mentioned that sometimes. And yes, being in the Manitowoc area, you might be thinking, oh, Manitowoc, that sounds familiar. Wait a second, what about that Netflix show? Yeah, my friend Brad is the half-brother of Brendan. So yeah, that's just a little useless trivia there, I guess, or whatever. Yeah, but this story though, I still dream about them sometimes, and think about them once in a while. Very close friendship for very important reasons for my life, and I lost it all because I tried to share the gospel and it just ended up being a disaster in 2006. Anyway, 100 miles of gospel tracks. I did a 100-mile bike ride, delivered gospel tracks during the entire thing. This one right here, I share that story I was telling you about with my daughter Chloe. You can see in the thumbnail right there. That was when she was 3, ready to go turn on 4 years old in a couple of days at that point.
19th, about 8:35 in the morning.
Yeah, so I just talk about it in that video, but that was the image there. We took a picture. First door-to-door mini flyer I made in 2006. Oh yeah, I remember that. For Tweet Every Man an Answer. Remember that? If any of you guys, I don't know if you ever heard of that show or not, but I used to listen to that a lot with Chuck Smith. I don't know if he was on that show or not. He started that, but Mike Kessler, I believe, is the name. He's kind of a protege, how you ever see that word, to Mike Kessler, or excuse me, Chuck Smith. 4,700 Living Waters Gospel Tracts. My first reaction to Parade Evangelism in 2013. Oh, I must have commented on something talking about that. Yeah, I remember that video.
Say, do you want one of these? And they're like, do I want one?
My friend Trevor is a whole story with this when I got involved in 2013. He taught at our church. I was actually working that day, so I wasn't able to attend this. But yeah, he gives a great presentation, and I left a comment under his video. And this must have been after my first parade experience. So yeah, I talk about that. It's pretty cool. Indestructible Waterproof Bible. Talk about that some more. Actually, somebody just commented on that a couple days ago, saying that they bought their first waterproof Bible. So that's pretty cool. Delivering gospel tracts on the bike is a great way to get the gospel out. Talk about that a lot. So I use the Runkeeper app for evangelism in the meantime. Before hopefully I can make my own app that has a lot of cool ideas that we can all share and be a part of and upload our information, and we can see where other people have shared the gospel door to door. So I'm really excited about the concept of it. I just hope I can make that a reality someday. So, oh man, for like well over 10 years I've talked about this. Evangelism needs to be taught to Christians and trained. Christians need to be trained how to do evangelism. That's a whole thing. So, a mission statement to the world. 100 ways to use gospel tracts video. Oh yeah, I never actually completed that series. In fact, I only got like 3 or 4 videos in. Keep thinking about doing that again, starting that back up and seeing it to its completion. I always encourage other Christians like you guys out there to create content of your own, sharing how to get the gospel out, just to inspire other Christians. 50 reasons to use gospel tracts part 1 and 2. Oh yeah, this video, this is the one. I'm retelling my ghost story and delivering gospel tracts at the same time. I think that's the reference I made before about the exit movie thing. I don't know. I don't have that on film, I don't think. But yeah, something pretty cool happened that night. I think it was that night. Reminding people that you can do a Christmas parade. Here's a older video from 2015, before Parade the Gospel even, of my daughter, and I think my son Caleb was in there too, handing out gospel tracts with my friend Luke and his family. I share my other YouTube channels. Right now I currently have 9 YouTube channels. Yeah, this is more about the evangelism app idea and how I know someone who has like 200,000 houses reached, who's also a former mailman, I believe. I think his name is Wayne. I gotta talk to that guy again. I have a lot of stories to share about Mormons. Actually, just one that happened last year, not even a year ago. I don't think I shared on my channel yet. Don't fall for the leg growing, or the leg growing gag, the scam. You know, the Todd White stuff. I have a lot of opinion on that. Is that Clara? Oh yeah. I forgot that she was in one of my videos. More bike riding stuff. 70 miles of gospel tracts for my 40th birthday. Evangelism is lonely but exciting adventure. Yeah, so now I'm getting into current day. where I don't have that many videos, and yeah, there we go. Now, some of the videos are private, and I think it's just because it was unrelated to gospel tracting. Not many at all, like just a few of them, like a small handful. Oh, my 300 video right here, mail out the gospel. So yeah, that's something I'm like super passionate about. Check that video out. I think it's pretty cool. I plead with Ray Comfort Living Waters to make this video. I want them to make a video about utilizing parade events. I don't think they ever spend that much time talking about that, but that could be a catalyst for a lot of awesome things, like it was for my life, like my story in 2013. Just by something simple as that to get me out of my shell and just do a whole bunch of stuff to get the gospel out. But anyway, I got to get going. Yeah, check some of these older videos out, you guys. I hope it inspires some of you guys. You know, something out there that I'm doing. I hope it does something. That's all I can hope for. Even just check out some of these videos here in my playlist. I think a lot of these are actually in my Nuggets of Truth Rock Ministry thing. Yeah, so there's even more additional videos on my other channels as well. Whisper app stuff. I know it's kind of defunct now, but still. Wait, where's the playlist? Exit movie outreaches. Did a lot with that. Ah, yeah. Brings back memories. I forgot, what's this one about?
The power move isn't.
Now, we can't say whether or not that it was related.
I think that was what a friend of mine made. Yeah, these like Easter gospel tracks. Yeah, we did a lot in like Brillion, which is kind of in between Manitowoc and Appleton.
And we had no problem. Hey guys, Kurt from Parade.
I might still have some of these DVDs, so I think we gave the majority of them out.
Or offhand, they come on. It might be like $30, I think.
And one of the parades, I think I
Hey guys,
specifically just intended to hand out the exit movie flight. Well, we gave them some gospel tracks too, it looks like.
Keep going. You guys want to go? No, I got a ton of videos already, but in case you haven't seen it, keep going.
My son Caleb and my daughter Chloe. Yeah, I really like that exit movie that Ray Comfort put out.
Why are they the only ones doing something door to door? Good job, Chloe.
Talking about Mormons or Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, I think this Hope for Depression thing that, 5 years ago, that was during the COVID era when there was a lot of depression and stuff. But anyway, I got to get going. But yeah, check out my videos. And again, hope it inspires you. And hey, like I said, you guys can make your own videos too. You know, dedicate a channel, create another channel even, and just talk about easy ways to get the gospel out. Be creative, have fun. You know, I'm just a simple guy with a cell phone. You can do probably so much better than me even. So yeah, inspire others. I hope that's what I'm doing.